Intuition, choices, timelines. You will ask me what is connecting all of those, and let me share with you what is going on. The intuition is getting heightened as usually this part of the year, this season of the year. And in this case, we are advised to follow our intuition fully at its every step, every way it shows, in every meaning that it has for us, from simple choices to the most important ones. And usually the difficulty comes to how do I follow my intuition when it comes to important decisions in my life. Know that this is part of the process of learning how to trust self, intuition, the guidance that flows from the higher self, from our higher self, and trusting that whatever comes through plays an important role. Now, intuition shows up in many different ways. A nudge that I have to take this path instead of that, I have to buy this, I have to follow that. For some reason, I don't know yet. And in most of the times, when we are fully in alignment, in that flow state, we are receiving intuition without just the poke, you have to follow this, it's better for you if you do this, but with the whole package of it, of why this is better and what is going on. And this is why everything is changing now with intuition. So before we had just a nudge, we didn't know exactly why we had to do this or that or follow that way, or even as leaving the house, wearing you were getting a poke, take your keys with you, your glasses, your sunglasses, and you would be, but usually have them in my bag. No, you don't. And you would look back and you would go to your bag and you would find your sunglasses or your keys placed somewhere else. This is part of the intuition of how it used to show up so far. What is changing and shifting now is intuition coming through in a very intense, vivid way. And I'm saying intense, but it's not exactly intense. It's not as subtle as it used to be. You may have visions of the choices. If you make this choice, this is what is going to show up in your timeline. And this is how all this blend. Like you will be getting, for example, visions of something specific that you don't know how this vision is showing up without meditating, without asking something specific to see, without having a specific intention, I'm trying to say. Apologies. But you are getting those intuitive feelings and visions in a way that this is how it plays up. And later on, you keep asking why this shows up, and you get the answer in a way. If you choose this for your life, personal choices, big choices, whatever that might be, this is the outcome, the vision that you have been getting for quite a while. And usually, before even getting a possible collaboration with someone, a possible partner in your life, a possible move, changing houses, countries, cities, whatever that may be, you may be getting the vision beforehand of how that will continue being, how it will end up be the result of it. You are getting the vision before you come to the point of choosing, of the choice. So when you keep asking, why do I see that? What is going on? Or why does it evolve this part of my life and that part of my life? And what is exactly that I see? You will be getting answers intuitively that aligned are aligned with a specific choice. I can't mention my specific personal example because it is too personal and I don't want to get into that space at the moment. But know that when a choice is presenting in your life, you may have had already a full vision and knowing, a sense, a feeling of how that will end up to be in your life, so you can make a more conscious choice of what you are getting into, which comes to timelines. When you make a choice and you have already have the intuitive feeling of how that choice will involve and evolve in your personal life? In what way? In what will be the result out of it? You are getting to see part of that timeline. You don't have any alternatives to compare, like, what if I choose this and not that, and how my life will be. So you're getting into a space of asking questions in a way, okay, this is my only choice. No, it's not your only choice. It is just part of one timeline, one possibility that you are seeing and having the intuitive feelings, and you're getting into a space to understand why you're not choosing it or why you're choosing it, how it will look like afterwards. So, this is what is being changed in our intuition lately. You may have beforehand visions, knowings, feelings, even the feeling of grief about something, knowing that if you go that way, grief comes. And please do ask for more to understand, because what we are being given through intuition is just a snippet of that timeline. But if it is something you truly want and desire, you have that choice at this moment to make it or pass it by and say, I'm okay, I'm fine, I don't want to go down that path, or even be in that timeline where this occurs. Now, having said that, we are getting into a space of being more conscious with our choices. And I have several videos on this channel about choices, about how a set of choices actually creates our realities, and how we can shift our reality by changing the choices we make. And this is up goes down to a lot of layers and levels of who you are, your personality, your character, how you make simple choices in your everyday life with the people you love, with your clients, in any aspect of your life. So be aware of that, because choices shape us and form us, not just in the present moment, but they shape and form our future. And I'm not saying that to discourage anyone or to make you be afraid of your choices, because that's not part of what we are doing here spiritually and energetically. We are making more conscious choices intuitively that affect our timelines, where we are headed, and what is going on. Be present, be conscious. Whatever the choice you decide to make, be fully engaged with your choice, tapping and feeling into that in a space of fully owning that choice. Either it is a yes or a no or a maybe, or I will think about it again, I'm not sure. That is also an opportunity you have. Okay, if you're not sure of something, if you want to choose it or not, and you're not exactly sure, leave it for later, because that timeline doesn't just dissolve because you're not sure of the choice. It dissolves when you actually are 1000% yes or 1000% no. So when you have clarity in a firm way in your own being, and you have checked that with yourself, and you know that this is not for me, thank you for bringing up this opportunity, this possibility, this timeline, but I'm not taking it, that is absolutely fine. I think this is the message that needed to come through, and I'm entertaining this for a few days because of my personal experience. But know that everything you shift, everything you choose to go with that or not to go with that, it is absolutely fine. You are still yourself, your desires, your big yeses in life that you want to achieve are still there, even if you don't choose that specific timeline that presented itself as an opportunity for you at this moment. More will come that will be more in alignment and more in alignment with who you are and what you want to actually achieve in this lifetime. I hope this message hits home. I hope you may have had already your own experiences that can verify, clarify, be clarified by this video and verify what I'm saying. And let me know in the comments if it resonates, in what degree, if you had these intuitive visions and callings for different things, even seeing how the whole timeline unfolds, because this was part of my experience on a very personal level. And I was, what the heck is going on now? Why? Why? Because it came with all the feelings, with all the snippets of that timeline as my real life. And I got to be in a space of entertaining the thought of tapping into that timeline, living that as my life, but it doesn't actually resonate with me on many levels. It goes against on who I am and what I'm here to be doing again. So I hope it helps and clarifies a bit of what is going on energetically. We will be having, I'm being told, a lot more of those moments of having the vision, having the intuitive feeling for the timeline that this clear choice creates that timeline, and in some ways know that this is the way that our higher self is telling us that this is not what you want, but instead of you experiencing it fully, take the vision, receive the knowing of how it will unfold so you know why you don't choose it. Okay. See you on the next video with more about what is going on energetically or what is shifting and changing for all of us.